Hello everyone, today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different with my ranking. As you can see from the picture, I'm going to rank every single Raimi Trilogy villain. So all of the movies, from Green Goblin to Venom, I'm just going to be ranking all of them from worst to best. And as all of this stuff is subjective, so feel free to put your list down below. I know we're all going to disagree. You might disagree, hopefully, because two of them, but I won't say their names, are most likely considered the best Spider-Man live action villains ever. So yeah. But anyways, let's get started with the list. I think this is the only bad villain from this trilogy, and that is number 5. We have Venom. Okay, so I don't even need to explain why this villain is really bad. Everyone knows Sam Raimi did not want to include Venom into the story. He thought it would be good with only 2 villains. But the producers thought it would be a good idea to add Venom. I think, but what we got was so horrible. He only became Venom in the last 30 minutes of the movie. Just out of nowhere. There was no point for him. He just kind of ruined the flow for the entire movie. It's kind of like Rhino from Amazing Spider-Man 2, pointless and not needed. So that's what I think is wrong with him. So yeah, and also I don't like how he keeps showing his face every 5 seconds. It's weird because it's showing Topher Grace's face and a CGI body beside it, which is really weird to look at and very disorienting. So that's why he comes in at number 5. Okay, number 4 we got Sandman. I think this guy is actually a really good villain. This is kind of an interesting one because I feel like this would have been a really good movie. A villain. But if there wasn't a Venom, first of all, 3 villains is way too much. 2 movies have taken this mistake: Spider-Man 3 and Amazing Spider-Man 2. But we're not talking about the Amazing movies. But anyways, about Sandman, I think he's actually a really good villain, and Sam Raimi himself said that Sandman was the main choice for a villain. And I think he's absolutely right with that. The problem with him is just Venom. I think he's a really cool villain. He got a sad backstory, but I just don't like how they tied him to Uncle Ben's death, which is really, it's not portable, but it's just not necessary for the plot. I don't really think Sandman should have been tied to Uncle Ben's story. But other than that, I think he's a pretty decent villain. Not a horrible villain, but good enough villain. Alright, in 3rd place, we've got the new Goblin. I think this is what I call a good villain. He's got a 2-movie build-up. He is way okay, first of all, he's just an amazing villain. He's got a movie build-up, 2-movie build-up. It started in Spider-Man 2, and it happened in Spider-Man 3. He became a full-on villain because Peter killed his father, which is pretty understandable if you ask me. But what I like most about this guy, he's a million times better than the other Green Goblin from Amazing Spider-Man 2. I know I keep talking about that film. It's just kind of similar to this Spider-Man 3, to be honest. But anyways, so that's just this villain. James Franco did an amazing job as the new Goblin. He was cool. I like how he turned good, because no one turns their back on their friends, even if you don't like them that much. You never turn your back on your friends. I think he's just a really good, well-written villain. Good build-up villain. He's pretty good. So if you ask me, our runner-up is Doc Ock. Okay, so this villain and the number 1 villain are all, most Spider-Man fans agree that those 2 villains are the best. And I can 100% agree with them. Like, oh my god, these villains are amazing. But we're talking about Doc Ock here. Alfred Molina did a great job playing this guy. I think he was really good. I like how we get to learn about his origin story, about his wife, and how he was a scientist and that type of stuff. And he's pretty good. I think in those movies, and especially in Spider-Man 2, he killed it. He killed in Spider-Man 2. He was an amazing villain. The train scene is still one of the best scenes we've ever got from a superhero movie. And other than that, he's just an amazing villain, and I don't even need to explain why. But easily coming in first place, we've got the Green Goblin from the first Spider-Man film. Oh my goodness. For the first Spider-Man movie, they got the perfect actor to play a perfect character. Willem Dafoe killed it in the role. Like, oh my god. Like, he was amazing at the dual, as the dual personality of Norman Osborn and the Green Goblin. He was amazing. Especially the mirror scene is just amazing. Like, I'm just so shocked that we got the first movie. We got such a great villain. We didn't get like an average villain. We didn't get a bad villain. We got an amazing villain. Oh my god. There's so much good about him. And No Way Home, he does kill it. Which I didn't even talk about any of the villains that were in No Way Home. But whatever. But I think this guy, he's amazing. Willem Dafoe is just amazing as the Green Goblin. Norman Osborn's a really fun character. The Green Goblin is a fairy. He's cool. I think he has a cool voice. But that was so cringe. But yeah, I think overall, this villain is absolutely amazing. I don't even need to explain why, just like Doc Ock. Alright, so just to recap, I'm just gonna rank them, quickly. I'm just gonna quickly rank them just to recap if you just tuned into the video. Alright, in number 5, we have Venom. Just a really wasted villain. A great villain, actually, in the comics and anywhere else. It's just not this movie. This was just not his movie. And then 4th, we got Sandman. Good villain, I just don't like how he's tied to Uncle Ben's death. 3rd place, we've got New Goblin, played by James Franco. Good villain, I like the build-up. 2nd place, we got Doc Ock. Oh, jeez, amazing performance. Just amazing fight scenes with them too. And then at 1st place, we got the Green Goblin. Awesome.